Your buddy, he woke up. Perfect. All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the First Touch Football Combine here at the Michael Power High School in Etobicoke, Ontario. We're here for day one of the men's action. We had 2 thrilling days of the women's play. We'll be joined here with 9 great top quality players here on the men's side, as we're going to get action going underway here with teams number 1 and 2. Team 1 will be in the blue, team red will be in the red, as we're going to get action underway here on the field. My name is Martin Ohms here. I'll be doing the play-by-play commentary for your entire combine as we get some early action here, where we will be playing 50 minutes straight, 50 minutes, continuous play. No halftime, no breaks, just continuous play for you guys at home. We'll introduce the lineups here for both teams here once the ball goes out of bounds. But we got some early pressure here coming in from the red side as they'll go out of bounds. Starting out here, team number 1 will be the blue side. In goal will be Joshua Narain. His lineup will be Marcus Tanis, Maxon Spence, Alessio Cassage, Isaac Martins, Motasem Asi, Marlon Baptiste, Gianfranco Lopriato, Aiden Sadecki, Adam Mikina, Logan Forster, Jiao Toffstep, Trevin Trotman, Isaac Galan Quinteros, Justice Schaefer, and Jordan McNally are the players on the squad in blue, as they get an early quick movement into the midfield, as Forster is going to bring it back towards his defense, and they're going to send a deep ball up the field to try to get up to the strikers. He's got 2 jerseys around him, is the striker for the blue team, as he'll play it back towards the defense, and Mikina does good recognizing the oncoming pressure and passes it towards Cassage and Martins to reset in their own end. Gonna throw this one in towards the midfield. Schaefer is going to bring this one back, try to get it over towards Baptiste. Can't get it towards him as it gets intercepted by the red squad. We'll introduce here in just a second as they're going to pass it around the midfield. It is Grant going to play this one out wide to the right side. Is going to try and play a through ball. Just offside, though, is Subotic up on the top, and he'll be called for a free kick. The goalkeeper for Team 2 will be Adam DeMillo. His lineup will be Giuseppe Ianco, Erica Dusha, Salah Kudayar, Julian Edmond, Leo Cantartsis, Nefemi Ojutaleo, Marcus Games, Amine Zuhir, Jalen Sandoval, Nicola Subotic, Jane Grant, Simon Elkis, Rehan Kazi, and Mohammed Alhaj Ali will be running it out, as coming back will be Zuhir on defense. He'll reset to his goalkeeper DeMillo. As we'll get underway, we'll introduce some of the players, which teams they play for, and more information about them as the game progresses. I'd like to thank everyone who's tuning in here for this early morning game. We'll be playing 9 games straight here today, folks. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of action ready to be going on here, so make sure to stay tuned all day long as you'll have your fill of awesome top quality play. As Subotic has the ball in midfield, he tried to play a ball down to the left side. That one gets blocked, and it'll be settled into the midfield as he'll get knocked off the ball is Toffstep, and the red squad will be able to reset in their own end with DeMillo. He's able to bring it into Zuhir. Zuhir didn't like the option playing it out wide, while the goalkeeper and him will play a little 1-2, see if they find something different. Now they're going to play it on the near side as Kantartsis plays it over to Subotic. We got an overlap coming in here as Kudayar played it in towards the middle, and that's going to cause the player who ran up for the overlap to be caught out of position, and the blue team are going to be able to break. Pass goes over to the right side as Toffstep tries to replay the pass. There's the touch, and there's the finish. All it takes there as Logan Forster is able to get the final touch there, but one of the players on the near side, Kudayar, was running on the overlap, had the overlap coming in from Kantartsis, and once he played into the middle instead of down the line, Kantartsis was caught out of position after the turnover, and that allowed a huge break to go in forward for Team Blue, and Schaefer started that whole play, passed it off towards Toffstep, and he was able to send a little bit of a low cross in, as coming in quickly was Logan Forster, able to put in the final touch. The player coming in from the Whitby OPDL squad from 2003 was able to put that home, and it's an early lead for Team Blue here in this one. Again, we'll play 50 minutes. Lots of action still to be played here, but It's a great opening start considering you're dealing with a lot of players on both squads who are unfamiliar with one another, just learning each other's names before the game. It's tough to build chemistry. So the most important thing in these types of situations is communication on the field. Point to where you go, where you want the players to go. Call them out, call them numbers, whatever you can. The more you talk on the field, the better you can build that chemistry much quicker. Interception into the midfield, nicely read by Grant. Gets over to the left side, Subotic. She's going to try and play a through ball and couldn't get it over to Elkis. And it goes over into the corner. Nicely done there by Kasaj. But it gets intercepted as Subotic is going to try a low drive. That's going to be easily saved there by Joshua Narain. Blue team's moving to get out of the midfield. Schaefer's going to try to pass that one up, try to see if he can get it up towards his striker up there, but that gets blocked as now here comes red team quickly the other way. Subotic once again being an active influence in the central midfield. Try to play a ball to the left side as they got blocked. Now the blue team trying to see if they can now get themselves out of their own end with some possession as Schaefer now has some space in the midfield. Kazi does well to knock that one off of him. He wins the team of throw-in. And now here comes a good run coming in on the right side is Dusha. Try to play back as we get looked like almost a pass back there, but it was just a shield coming in from the blue team as they're going to be able to come with Quinteros. Quinteros try to force his way through two red jerseys, not able to, but blue team will still get the throw-in as Lopriato will be able to get the throw-in into the midfield. Saj wasn't able to control that one right off the bat, and he'll utilize his goalkeeper to create some space as you get a nice move coming in from Baptiste, but he wasn't able to succeed in the second effort as you have a shot coming in from distance from Mayenko, and that's not going to trouble Narain in goal. Played in towards the midfield. McNally is able to control. Good touch from McNally as he's going to touch this one down the line, send top stepped. Not able to, as it continues on here, though, with Quinteros over on the left side. He's going to play it over to McNally. McNally's going to go shoulder to shoulder, but the referee said he went a little bit too hard into that one. Yeah, for the red squad, and it'll be a free kick for Team Blue. Two players are standing on to the ball. I believe that's Forster and McNally. We'll have to see which one of those two are going to take it. And it will be Forster's going to bring this one in. It's going to be punched away by DeMillo. And the Reds team is able to control it in their own end. Will be offside as the player who is coming from an offside to an onside position got in the way of the defender, and that's enough as that's not a good pass towards the middle of the field. Topstep is able to intercept. He's going to send it in towards Schaefer. Schaefer's going to try to get it back towards Quinteros, but the defense for the red team is able to recover as the ball comes to the near side for Kudayar. Kantartsis is going to throw this one back towards his defense as it's going to be switched over to the far side of the field. That one, though, is just going to bounce under the foot of Kazi, though. He tried to control that one. Unlucky there. As a good idea coming in from Zoo here to try to get that switch. Games jumps up high. Some good elevation coming out from him as he gets in front of that one, but it'll be another throw in for Blue. And there he is, going to try and fight to win that throw in again. He's going to get some help from Zoo here, who this time will clear it away himself, and blue team gets yet another throw. Good pace here for an early morning game. 8 a.m. Both teams' players likely still waking up here a little bit. Got a little bit of maybe that's local Tim Hortons breakfast, but they're nice here and energized in these early opening moments as it'll be a red team throw-in, says the referee. After the discussion here with the blue team player over on the far side, I think it was Baptiste who disagreed with that call. As McNally does well to win it initially, but Games wins it right back for red. into the midfield. Carrying it up is Grant. Grant has a long touch, and he's able to recover to get it over to the near side of the field. Kudayar is going to play this one in. Subotic gets in the way of the cross, and Narain is able to come out of his goal and retrieve that loose ball. There's a hard sliding challenge coming in from Baptiste. Subotic will respond, going to the turf himself, as Subotic tries to cut it back inside. Hits it off of the blue jersey player, as he had 3 blue jerseys around him, and wins his team a throw. Throwing this one in, this player falls down the turf and leaves Subotic trying to get onto it. That's going to get cleared up in high in the air and one back into the pressure. Ayenko leaves it for Kadayar and just over the touchline there for Kantartsis, as the blue team will try to see if they could get themselves away from this red team pressure, as McNally can't control that one. And there's Subotic going shoulder to shoulder. He'll be able to hold on to the ball. Try to pass it off towards Elkis up top. Couldn't find him, though, as it goes out to fourth row. Subotic and Elkis trying to work together, but been very impressed with the 2003 central midfielder so far, as Elkis gets up high, goes into the corner. Once again, red side with the throw. The ball squad working early there over on the touchline. It's going to be another throw in near. Kudayar is able to get the crossway, but no red jerseys are around that goal area. And Narain will give his team a few seconds. Good idea right there, not to throw it out quickly. Get the momentum down a little bit, slow down, get it back towards your blue team favor, as there's a long ball played up. That's not going to get over the head of Games, but he hits it right towards the midfield, and Schaefer is going to continue this for McNally. Forster, good tracking back there coming out from the midfield on the red side, and they're able to win that ball right back as it goes to Kudayar on the near side. Kudayar tries to go forward, but going down is Mikina down onto the slide, onto the fake grass here to be able to knock that out. Interference going to get called here by the referee. And blue team will be able to play quick, so Kantarsis is going to get called for shielding away from the ball, as there's a bit of a jersey pull being brought up there, but Grant, it will continue with the ball. Little 1-2, try to get it back towards Grant. Grant still putting pressure, though, and he does well to win this back. He gets around the last defender, trying to slide it back, but just getting a piece of that was Martins being able to recover. But a good run coming in there from Jaden Grant, starting all the way from the midfield and able to get an opportunity in the goal area, as blue team's going to try and respond the other way, as Tofstedt will be able to work his way into the red half. Comes Mikina with a throw and try to get this one down the line. Couldn't find one of his players, but McNally will be able to get the second ball. He's trying to play that one in to Forster, the goal scorer, by just a touch too far ahead. McNally, good job there. Going on the hustle there, a little upset there. He wasn't able to control it, but good heads-up play from him to be able to read that throw coming out from the goalie and to be able to put pressure immediately to try to win that ball. Tough steps. Try to play that one back after the central midfielder ran into the play there. That was Martins who was intercepted it, made a little bit of run from the center back position, and he'll still be there with the ball as he's going to reset it all the way back towards Baptiste, who was covering for his center back. I liked it right there, right when he made that run up. Did Martins pointed towards, looked back towards Baptiste, who was covering for him, gave him a thumbs up saying, "Thank you for covering for me," as I moved up. Here's Schaefer. He's going to try to send in a run here. McNally's going to try to get to it, but Games is there. And yes, a smart play, recognizing a lot of pressure coming on him. Just hit that ball out of play and allow some time for your red defenders to get back, and that's enough for them to get that ball to go towards DeMillo and goal. Games, the center back coming in for the 2003 at Milton Magic squad. As the ball tries to get relaxed here onto the near side. That's Sandoval who's come on as a substitute. He gets it back towards Zoo here on defense. Over to Games. Games is looking to play a long ball as he had two players making a run down the middle. That got read there by Martins. And now blue team's going to try to go the other way with McNally. He's trying to force his way in through, but good job there from Games once again to hold his ground. Mikina heads it back in. Red team talking right now, asking how do we prevent the switch here, as Baptiste does well to get himself into some open space off the throw-in, but he goes down to try to save it, and Subotic will be able to intercept. He tries to play a through ball in, and this one's going to fall his way for Sandoval, and he gets a good shot opportunity, and a little bit, almost a miscommunication there between him and Martins. Martins was ready to clear it away, and I think he cleared it right into the hands of Narain in goal. That was a little bit interesting there on the defensive side, but good heads-up play there from Subotic, able to send in Sandoval, and Sandoval had a good opportunity there. Martins back towards the goalkeeper, over to Cassage. Saj with a good ball up for Schaefer. Schaefer tried to play it back in the middle. Gets knocked away from him as it gets moved up here. Imon down for Sandoval. Sandoval is going to leave this over towards Subotic. Subotic with the right foot. Put it across the goal. Elkis was there lurking on the far post. The touch was just too far ahead for him to reach. And he'll go for a goal kick. But Sandoval, since coming off of the bench, him and Subotic has been working really well. And they've created themselves a couple opportunities already here since coming into the pitch. Going to play this one in short as the blue squad going to try to find some avenues through the middle of the field, but the red squad pretty much has that closed up. They got to see if they can find some space in the middle. Do the blue team, as Baptiste is going to hit this one high in the air. Cantarsis as well to hit this one back in, as Schaefer is going to try to send it back towards him, as we have a little bit of ping pong going on, as they'll be settled in by Baptiste once again. He sees a run coming in with a lot of speed down the left side, and he's able to find that player trying to force a shot here as he tried to go for a second opportunity, as the defender Lopriato made an impressive run. Good pace coming in from the left back down the line. Made a very impressive run down that line. He got on the other end of that through ball, but wasn't able to continue it. But encouraging signs to see. As we have to have a substitution, I think Baptiste might have cut himself. He's going over to the training table. We've seen a couple or two or three slides on him from him onto this turf. So likely he might have a cut or something. So the referee blew it dead so he can get off the field to cover that up. And he'll be subbed off as we will resume play as Imont brings it back towards his goalkeeper. Kantartsits plays a little 1-2 with Imont. Trying to see if he can get it out. Blue team doing a good job containing them in the corner, as here comes a deep ball up as Lopriato is able to get to that one first, and his clearance will fall right to the foot of Forster. Forster, though, under some pressure, turns it over, but the pass wasn't able to find the striker up top in Elkas, and Cassage will reset with his goalie. Good hustle coming out from Martins as the return pass from his goalkeeper was a little far in front of him. There's a play going on the right side. Ianco down to the right side. There's a cross, and Sandoval was jumping up high. I think Alcas was also making a run. Good job there from Cassage, able to get to that ball first. But Ianco is able to control it once again, but he's not able to find any red player. As here comes the through ball from Schaefer down the left side. He's going to try to send in Quinteros onto a run. Here comes Quinteros. Going against Kazi. Going to look for some help, finds Schaefer, and they'll pass it back towards McNally. McNally sees a player in the area as it was tough stepped, who was right around that goal area. Just has that one jump over his head as he went to go for the header onto the cross. So he'll go for a goal kick as both teams will make some substitutions. I'd like to remind you, we have lots of action here. All these teams here will play 2 games today. So 2 games, you'll see them play in 1 game here, and then 1 game versus another team later on today. So we have the first 5 teams in one group, and the remaining 4 teams in group number 2. That'll be later on in the afternoon. Team 1 will be back in action at 10 a.m., while this Team 2 will be back in action at 11 a.m. So if you're looking for specific players or to highlight somebody, make sure to come back for those games to find either of those 2 teams. James trying to play a through ball up the middle a little bit too hard there. This one's going to roll all the way towards his goalkeeper as they're going to pass it over to the left side. Martins towards his midfield, back to Cassage. He's going to play it up and running up high. That's Spence, who just came off the bench. He's one of the 2 new players. As here's another one here in Trotman. Trotman's going to try to battle for that ball for the blue team in the midfield, but he can't get it forward. Imond down to the left side towards Sandoval. Sandoval tried a first-time cross. That one got blocked, and he'll go for another throw. A lot of action here. No wind here at Michael Powers Field, but a lot of the action, though, still has been towards this near side. As this one's going to try to find towards Elkas. That one, though, takes a bounce off the back, it looked like, of Cassage. And it'll be a corner kick for the red squad. And coming over to take it will be Ianco. Players are going towards that far post area right now, looking to make a run towards the near post. As this one's got looped in, it's going to continue to bounce around here in the goal area. There's a player on top of the ball, and it'll be in the player Mikina, who was able to get that touch and cleared away as another defender fell on top of that loose ball, and he had about 2 or 3 players just digging at him to put it free, but no one was able to get it away from the blue defender, and Mikina finally got it out as Kantartsis does well to bring that ball down from the kick from DeMello. He'll play towards the midfield, but Mikina is able to intercept. He'll send it up first time to McNally. He has a run coming in from Spence on the right flank. Spence has got himself some space as he's going to play towards the far post. As the player jumped in a little bit early was Forster, as he was already on the way down by the time the ball came. Trotman over to Schaefer, trying to get it back towards McNally. Not able to, but good job there from the player Schaefer to send it back over to the left side. There's Forster again. Sees Lo Priato making a run on the left side. Not afraid. We've seen the left back, since he's got a lot of pace, to join in onto the attack if he's needed to help out support his players, but the pass there from Forster wasn't able to find him. Kazi under a little bit of pressure, try to play it down the line, and it'll get taken away from him by the midfielder Assi, who just came on. He'll play it over towards McNally. McNally tries to cross, couldn't get it forward. Zassi tries to win it back. Here's Trotman for Team Blue. Over to Assi. Assi's going to look for the left foot, and he finds the corner. Good strike from distance from Motsem Assi. And Assi is able to give his team a 2-0 lead here, as he worked together with Trotman to be able to put it forward, as the winger coming in from the 2001 Aaron Mills squad was able to strike that one from distance with the left foot. Good boot here, as he recognized the amount of space he was given from that pass, as he took a slight touch, was able to look up, some good composure coming out from him, and he was able to place it to pass the diving arms of Adam DeMillo in goal. have to see here how both teams will respond here after the second goal of this game. As you're almost hitting the halfway mark of game number 1 of 9 here. It looks like Baptiste is still getting treatment over there on the far side, getting the bandages. Looks like he'll be okay though, but just has to make sure it's all cleaned up before he can return back onto the field, as both teams are going to make changes in this moment. In the meantime, as I check that, the referee will call for a little bit of a water break here, folks. So we'll give ourselves about a minute or two of a break, and we'll be right back here for the continuation of game number 1. And we're back here, and the teams have actually switched sides, which we normally didn't see here on the women's side, but you know what? Why not? So we'll call it a little bit of a halftime break here. So unfortunately, you can say I lied to you guys at the start here, as we just got to make sure that the players can deal with the temperatures here. It's a little bit of a hotter morning, but it will definitely get hotter as the day progresses, as the teams have switched sides, and the red squad will now be attacking this goal to our right as Emon plays a little 1-2. And he'll try to get away from Trotman. Emon puts it around the penalty mark, and there was a shot from Kudayar. Hard powered, but that was blocked by the defense. But the red team coming out with some good speed and force coming out from the break, trying to see if they can respond in this one, as this ball's going to get played in. McNally is onside, says the referee, but a good job there from DeMillo, able to make the save. The Toronto Juventus Academy goalkeeper from 2003 making the save. Jordan McNally had a ton of space coming in onto goal. Spence is just going to shield that one and make sure his team gets the throw. He's going to throw it over towards Forster, back towards Essie, the goal scorer on the second one with the left foot. Got to make sure you keep an eye on that as Casage try to put that one back in. And the last man back will be Mikina, able to pick up this ball, and he'll reset with his goalkeeper, Noreen. So since we have a odd number of goalkeepers to the number of teams you will see in future games, the goalies switching teams or just playing half and half, because we want to make sure every goalie has the equal amount of playing time. So these two goalies here will be playing the entirety of game number 1. But you'll probably see some halves and halves later on today with the other goalies. And the goalies who are playing full games will be the ones playing half and half in day number 2. Troutman finds a player into the midfield, try to chip it forward was Forster, and he gave a little bit of a shove onto the back. And it's going to be called for a free kick as we have a player seems to be hurt, Zuhair. It looks like he got something in the eye or the face. He's just going to try and shake it off. The referee just want to make sure he's okay before we resume play. And red team will resume the ball with possession as we get back out the way with Zuhair, who makes sure he's okay. Goodar tries to play it in. That gets blocked. And here comes McNally. He's shown some good highlights here. Has McNally is he's able to get away from the defender. Plays a cross in. Looking in close with Spence. Gets it cleared away as far as Forster. Jumping up high is Spence. Try to get onto it, but it gets blocked by Games. And he's able to play this one out wide, and the red team will look to clear it away. Grant, he's going to take the throw and finds a player in the midfield, Kuder. And Grant just runs out of space, though, as the blue team will get themselves the throw in. Mikina will give himself time for taking this one in, as we're going to see some substitutions incoming here for Team Red. They're going to switch out the two central midfield players. Finds McNally on the throw. He's going to return it towards Mikina. He's going to look to switch it around to the far side of the field, but Contartis is able to block it. But he has a second blue player jumping in there. That's Lopriato to try to join in onto the attack. Schaefer trying to play that one out wide once again. That gets blocked, but he's going to get himself a second opportunity as Schaefer. This time he'll leave it to Trotman. Lopriato over on the far side. He's going to play the crossover towards McNally. Just past it, but a second player coming in tight. Spence is saved by DeMillo. And he's able to make the save and bring it back towards this penalty area to pick that ball up. As Maxon Spence was coming in close over on the far side. As well as Assi almost getting a chance as well. Late there. DeMillo is able to come out of his goal and retrieve that ball. Here's Subotic. Gets around one defender. Is going to place one out wide towards Grant. Grant going one-on-one with the defender, looking for some options. Puts it back towards the midfield. He's going to set up, and there's a shot coming in from distance. Good look there coming out from the midfielder. But this one's going to go wide of the goal. That was ball deep Gill there. Looks like since he's come a little bit early, has Gill. He's going to be playing in the next game, but he's coming in early. Red team needs a couple more substitutions, so unfortunately they had one or two players. Likely, I'm going to guess, maybe slept in. That would be my guess. Or so since he came here early, he's able to set up and he can play some extra minutes out here on the field. Will be Gill. Sage to the midfield, finds Trotman now. Trotman's got some space, waiting to play it over, and he's going to send it through towards Spence. Spence now has it. He's going to try to find some support, puts his hands up saying, Blue, I need some help here, as he'll be able to get across through, but it'll be Games who will head it out as far as Trotman. And they're going to reset here with Martins in the back line. Sage over to Loprianto. He's going to try to play through, but Contarsis will be able to get that one, but he takes a little bit of a slip here, and Conteros is through. He's going to leave this one over as they try to play a little 1-2. Does Quinteros with his midfielder there, but the player there will take a little bit of a stumble over there on the far right side. Will be tough set, and I'll be going out for a goal kick. Quinteros taking a little bit of a slip, almost costing an opportunity there for blue team. Subotic, he's going to get this one over the midfield. Can't play his through ball by the frame of the defense. And there's Casage once again blocking that one down. Casage, 2004 center back. As Gill will pick it up. He sends it over towards Subotic. He's got a couple options. He's going to play one out wide to the right side towards Grant. Grant's going to try and utilize the pace and drive it by, and he does get it by as he has a player lurking in on the far post. That was Kudayar, and he wasn't able to keep that one in. Good idea there from Grant, realizing, okay, if I just get a quick first step, I can drive myself past the defender, and he was able to get the cross away. Good idea there coming in from Jaden Grant. 2003 D-Row United player. In towards Troutman, towards the midfield. The pass just slips under the foot of the midfielder, but he's going to do well to get it back, and that was Baptiste. He's going to leave it forward towards Quinteros, who's going to continue the run. He's going to try to send it back towards Baptiste, who's back on the field. Good to see, as he'll be left here for Spence. Lopriato is going to send a cross and finds the header, but will be offside going against Quinteros. Great ball, though, coming in from Lopriato. Able to find the player coming in and on the edge of that goal area on a perfect cross. Unfortunately, it was just offside getting called against Quinteros. Good turn there from Kudayar. Leaves it towards Subotic. He's going to play this one out wide to the right side. Here comes Grant. Grant trying to control this one on the feet. He's going to utilize the same thing he did last time, and it almost worked again for Grant. I think he's running, okay, it worked one time. Let me try again, and he's able to drive his way in through, does Grant. This time the defender, Mikina, is able to recover, and he's able to get that one off of him and out for a corner kick. Comes across around the penalty mark, headed away by blue team, but a second opportunity might get brought in here. But Gill's not able to control it. Now Baptiste tries to clear it away here from Assi. And Assi, good idea there. Try to utilize the second ball here to say, okay, look, I saved it. But it didn't work and fool the referee. Good hustle coming in from Spence. He gets it past the defender, and here he comes through. Trying to get around Stu here, and that's a hard challenge there. And it'll be a free kick. And in a normal game, that likely would have been a yellow card as well. But since we're just doing a combine game, it'll just be a free kick. But good burst of speed coming in from Max and Spence. Max, the 2003 winger coming from Oakville Soccer Club. Showcasing a good heads-up play to jump in, intercept that pass, and get on some good run. On a good run, he could have had his opportunity on the goal there. Lopriato, he's on the set piece. Let's have a left-footed taker ready. It's probably Yassi, who we saw score a goal earlier with that left foot. And it will be him to take it, but he hits it right towards DeMillo. And putting a hand up was Isaac Martinstein. Good try, good try. I was making a run there. But a good idea. This is very helpful when you have a strong left-footed and right-footed taker. On those set pieces, as play will continue here with the blue team with control of the ball around midfield. Rain, he was busy early, hasn't had much action as of late. He's going to send this one up the field, though, as Narain, the goalkeeper for 2003 Toronto Skills League 1 club. Puts it forward as this ball's going to bounce around midfield. It's going to be picked up by Elkas. He's going to try to continue it forward here, and he finds a player now with Grant. Sandoval towards Grant. Grant puts it back in towards Elkas. Elkas sees a gap here. He tries a shot, but nice little jump coming up from Narain, and he's able to jump up and make the catch. Comes Asi in towards the midfield, towards Trotman. Trotman's going to play this one back towards the player, and here comes Spence now. Leaves it for Baptiste. Baptiste is going to switch this one over. Great ball from Baptiste. Able to send in a player, Tofstedt. And DeMillo is able to make the save. A second opportunity for Team Blue now. As the shot coming in from distance is Lopez. Still is loose, though, as DeMillo can't corral that rebound. Still fighting in forward is Quinteros now. Quinteros trying to spin away there, but he takes a slip onto the turf, does Quinteros, and that's going to allow an opportunity for the red team to make a counterattack as the ball from Subotic is going to get towards Elkas. As both players are going to fight for this one, and it's going to be a good job from Martins on the back line, able to hit it off of the red player. Now forward throwing Martin, the center back for the rush. That was a good opportunity, though, earlier. DeMillo, though, did make a couple saves, just couldn't corral the rebounds, and blue team continued to put some good pressure there. But Tofstedt was all alone on goal, so you got to credit DeMillo. Make himself look big, makes him stand out, and making some big saves, considering you got a player with a lot of time and space in front of him on a breakaway. Correa sends it towards the midfield. Carrying it forward, Imond. Down for the player coming in on the far side. That is Sandoval, who fires that one over the goal and out for a goal kick. Mikina. That defensive line's been out there the whole time, holding strong. As the blue team as Narain is going to boot this one down the field just over the head of Spence as it finds its way towards Gill in the midfield. Couillard just has that one slide under his foot as the blue team will try to get forward. Asi plays a little 1-2 Tofstedt, and Tofstedt's going to try to win it back now for blue side, but Gill's going to run away from him. Good cutback there coming in from Imond. He plays a little 1-2, and he's going to leave it for Gill. Gill, nice passing coming out from the red side. Can Gill finish that one? Just narrowly missing the top corner there, but impressive passing from Team Red as they were able to work it towards the goal of the blue. And it was started out from Gill and Imond working together some quick one-touch passing. And Elkas leaves it towards Gill, who tried to put a shot, and that one didn't miss by much into the top corner. Good boot up and controlled here by Asi. Asi trying to get away from the three red jerseys surrounding him, and he's able to get it back towards his defense, and they'll look to reset. Trying to get through is Lopriato. He couldn't get it forward, and now the red team is able to pick up that ball. Here's Imond. We've seen some good flashes of footwork coming out from him, and he's going to continue to showcase here. And he's going to go for the shot, but just overturned his body there coming on the shot, and that's going to force him to miss the net. But a good little heads-up play coming in from the midfielder, Julian Imond. 2003 player coming in from the Red Academy. Showcasing some good footwork as we have some substitutions. As blue team will switch out their defense as Trotman will now drop into a center back position. Saw him playing in the central midfield earlier. It looks like corner of sheet. Center back is more his natural position, so we'll see how he fits in there. Working with Cassage. Sandoval into the middle. Ianco, he's back on the field. He's going to send across to Ianco to close, though, towards Narain. Doesn't get a good drop kick, though, does Narain. And this is going to allow the red team to attack still with Kudayar. He's going to try to bring this one into the corner and play across. And this Kudayar, now he's stuck in the corner trying to see if he can get the cross. And he still does succeed, but Trotman will block it. Kudayar had two jerseys around him. Wasn't able to move much because he didn't have any support either. As coming the other way now is Assi. He sends it over to Quinteros. Quinteros trying to drive his way through the defense as he gets a good opportunity. And Spence hustles, though. He's going to be able to keep this one in. Spence with the cross up. Trying to find Schaefer, not able to find him. And now red team, they're going to quickly try to attack the other way. Alcas looking for some support. He's got some back pressure coming onto him, but he's able to find towards Games. Games avoids the first attacker and keeps this one in, but he passes it right towards the blue team player. Push going to get called against Gill onto the back of Totset. Be a free kick for Team Blue. Assi down the left side. He's going to get the cross forward. Some strong left-footed players we've seen from the winger. As he gets a good cross, and DeMillo will punch that one away once again. The blue team will get themselves another throw-in. Games will get that header away, hit right into the midfield, and Gill's going to try to send a through ball quickly as Sandoval was making a run down the left side, but good job there from Cassage, not allowing that one. Spence, now wide towards Lopriato. He's going to send a high switching ball there. Great ball once again from Lopriato, able to send it towards Assi. He tries a one from an awkward angle, and that one hits the outside of the post and out. Playing this one in short. Here comes Red. Nice movement coming from Kudayar. Kudayar is going to play this one in forward, trying to get towards Elkas. Sliding there will be Cassage to keep it out, but his clearance doesn't get much, and there's going to be a shot from distance, and that's not going to trouble Narain as Ianco was able to get a little bit of a shot towards the goal. I'd like to thank the partners for today for the First Touch Football Combine, Gladiator, SAT Training, Box to Box Tech, and Naria CE Physio and Gatorade. Thank you for your continued support. As we're finishing up here, game number 1 of 9. Lots of action here today. Onto the field as we have a three-ball game played in here for Quinteros. He's offside, though, as Quinteros was just ahead of the center back. It is blue team 2. Early goal coming in from Logan Forsman. Motasem Assi responded with a second goal for himself right around the halfway mark. Some good job there coming in from Cassage, sticking with that ball, and it's finally poked up down the line towards Spence. Spence is going to send Quinteros. He's offside again. He wasn't behind the defender, Zuhir, before making his run. Just a step offside, but that's all it takes. It's a play continuer here for Kudayar. Good control out of him as he plays it down the line for Elkas. Imon does well with a back ankle to flick it on towards in front of him. Again, some good footwork coming in from that central midfield. Some good fanciness, you can say, as it will be. He wins his team a free kick. It's going to be Gill, left-footed taker. And Gill's going to cross this one in towards the far post. Nicely won in the air by Casage. And a second ball is going to be picked up by Mikina. The defender's on his way up there as he tried to play through ball over onto the right side, too far ahead. And DeMillo will be able to hit this one right back in. McNally able to intercept. He's going to try a shot, but that was incredibly unlucky as Quinteros was making a run across and McNally's shot hit off of the back of the head of his own teammate, who was just rubbing the back of where it hit, making sure he's okay. Check that out, Schaefer, who was running across. As DeMello plays this one low and short, he's able to get towards Kuduyar. Plays a little 1-2 with his midfield, and Kuduyar, though, mishits his shot there, as there goes the full-time whistle here in game number 1. It's going to be Team 1 picking home the victory 2-0 here in this one. Make sure to don't go anywhere. In a few minutes, we'll be having the next game come up with Teams 3 and 4 making their first appearance. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in.